Hey, what's up, guys? It's your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, Ben 10,001. What the fly? Is a sword an inappropriate choice to try to kill a fly? I'm not sure. I know that's a bad joke, guys. Anyway, it's your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, Ben 10,000, with a katana. I better put this down before I actually hurt myself. Alright, in case you guys are wondering, hey, Ben, why are you having a katana in your video, you flippin' weirdo? If the title didn't give it away. Today's video is going to be about the brand new Six Samurai Link monster, so I'm going to kind of show you it in action. And don't worry, guys, if you're looking for FTKs, I know there's a billion videos for that around here, and that's not what we're doing today. FTKs are not my style. I want to fight. I want a back and forth fight, and with this video, that's what you're going to get. I don't do that whole FTK BS. I can't stand it. I think it's wrong. I don't think it should be in the game. But I do like the new Link monster. I think it's missing something, or I think Six Samurai as a whole is missing something, but because this deck isn't very up to snuff, and I don't know why, but there seems to be an influx of stun players on YGO Pro. They have all decided to come out of the rock they crawl under and say, no, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! But luckily for me, I'm pretty wily, and I figure out a few ways to get around it. Took me a little while. But I will talk about that stuff at the end of the video. So if you're new here, we have this little conversation at the front. I'm going to throw you some YGO Pro replay so you can kind of see the deck in action. And then at the end of the video, I will do a deck discussion and a deck profile, show you the cards, talk combos, and my thoughts on the deck overall. And in case you guys are wondering, I do this thing where I leave a time code in the pinned comment below. So if you guys don't want to watch the replays, you can just skip to the meat and potatoes of the video. You know, looking out for you guys. Alright, without further ado, shall we? Let's go slice and dice some people. There you have it, guys. This is the 6 Samurai deck that I piloted for this video. I'm sure you're noticing a few cards missing or here and there from the first replay to the last, and I'll explain that. As you guys who are new here may not know, the way I do things is I kind of play around with the deck, and then you get to see what I ended up with, not where I started. So the replays are kind of a progression along that line. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, basically it's kind of your standard old school 6 Samurai deck, because I'm kind of an old school player, so that's why you don't see much of the newer 6 Samurai stuff. And as a budget player, you probably will notice that a lot of it's cheap. It is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't want to spend a lot of money, and anything that I can just make this deck really cheap and and move on is great. And even though I'm pretty sure that the 6 Samurai Link Monster will probably not be cheap, knowing my luck. But since we don't know what the rarity will be, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Excuse me. And I based my all the decks that I have, I usually base them off of the cards that I own. So that's why you're seeing things like the Utopia package in here, and Excite and Night, which I know these cards aren't particularly cheap. Sorry about that. Realistically, you don't have to put in Bomber Dragon. If you have something like Saryuja or the other dragon, it escapes me at the moment. Oh, what is its name? Borreload. If you have Borreload or Saryuja, I would play that over Bomber Dragon. That's just the Link 4 I have, so forgive me. And I never play it, so this deck doesn't seem to really be that routed. And in this 6 Samurai deck, what you really want to do is you want to go second, so you can OTK. I said at the beginning of the video I don't like FTKs. OTKs are another story, because they're also not as what do you say it? They're not quite as, I don't know. I don't feel like they're degenerate. And even if you play an OTK deck, there's no guarantee you'll get the OTK. It's just when it happens, great. When it doesn't, it sucks. And it's not going to happen often, especially if you're up against a stun deck. I'm sure most of the decks that you saw in the replays, you'll notice they were like the Magical Musketeers. It was basically cowboys versus samurais all flippin' night. It was driving me crazy. Like, every other player was playing a friggin' Magical Musketeer deck, and it was driving me crazy. I was like, yeah, can't you mother... beep, 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 beep. Words you can't say on YouTube. Play something else. I was getting mad. But it is what it is. I mean, you can't, it just, like I said, it is what it is. I may not like the deck. I may not like the deck, but, that is what it is. I like these, and the really cool thing about this one, though, is I actually utilized some trap cards, which actually helped against the stun deck. Ultimately, like cards like Magatama here and Compulse and Bottomless, these cards actually came in clutch in defending myself, like when I had to go first. So on those turns, I could just say, like, play an Eteria Beast or a legendary 6 Samurai Shien and just kind of pass turn. And that's kind of an old school play. Because you could just, Shien and set 2 back row, your move. It's a negate and a disruptor, or 2 negates. Seems pretty solid to me. There's a lot of room for you guys if you guys want to play around with this deck. I mean, the only thing that I think, like, for example, you don't have to play Direwolf. You don't have to play Grand Pulse. I'll just take out all the cards that I don't think you really necessarily have to play. I think 3 of this is dire, though. I think you're going to need 3 of the Link Monster going forward, or you're going to have to play Isolde. One of the 2 routes. That's the 2 routes you'll have to take. If you are playing probably the better version would probably play Isolde, but since I don't have one just yet, I don't want to really practice with it. I know that logic is kind of flawed there, but that's just how I am. So, if this channel should ever get to doing monetization, you'll see me play maybe more competitive cards. but I'll always try to stick to my budget routes because, you know, truth be told, I'm kind of a penny pincher anyway. I don't really like to spend a lot of money. I like to just kind of, that's why I play old decks and try to modernize them, so, excuse me. But these 10 cards right here I think are absolutely necessary, and I think the rest is whatever you want to play with. If you want to play with ratios, go for it. I mean, having a searchable gateway is pretty busted, just saying. I mean, in any other I think, a deck, like, you know, Magical Musketeers would rumple stomp 6 Samurais every time. But, you know, with this being the way, you know what I mean, with this guy right here, the great general of the 6 Samurai, he really kind of evens things out, and I kind of like that. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say about the 6 Samurai deck. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Let me know you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below if there's anything you think I missed. Oh, real quick, I just want to remind you guys, I am still in that race with Yusei YGO Pro and Cinderwig. So if you want to help me, I'm still kind of the underdog. I don't really know. I haven't checked Cinderwig in a while, so I have no idea where he's at. But I do know that Yusei is still like 300 and some odd. Like, he's still like 100 ahead of me. So if you guys want to help me out by giving me that sub so I can win the race to 500, that would be great. I believe the winner gets to put a video on one of the losers' channel or something like that. So, you know, that's the prize, in case you guys were wondering. And I would really like to be the guy who gets to put his video on one of the losers' channels. So, you know, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and give me a shot. Yeah, I'll see you guys sometime next week. Peace.